Hello, in today's video, we are going to be looking at more area of a triangle. And then on Thursday, we're going to be looking at compound shapes, which is where we put triangles together with rectangles. And we have to find the area of a compound shape, which again is two shapes put together. So for today, we're just going to do a bit more practice figuring out the area of triangles and also working backwards. So in these questions here, you don't have the official measurements. They're not written down, but what you can see is each of the triangles is on graph paper. So you can easily find out the height of the triangle and the base. So you can see here we got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, which means that the triangle here is 4 tall. Doesn't matter what, 4 centimeters, 4 meters, doesn't matter, but 4 tall. And across it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's also 4 across. And that's the base, across the base. So now we know that it is 4 tall and the base is 4. So the formula, remember, for the area of a triangle is half multiplied by the base multiplied by the height. So half multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. So a half multiplied by 4 means 4 divided by 2, okay? If you multiply anything by a half, you are saying dividing by 2. So if I multiply 4 by a half, I'm dividing 4 by 2. So you're left with 2 multiplied by 4, because a half multiplied by 4 is 2. Because if you think about it, 4 halves together are 2, okay? And then it's 2 multiplied by 4, which is 8. And that's just, we'll call it units squared. Now what we can do is we can double check. We can double check this and see if it is actually 8 units squared by looking at how many squares are inside of the triangle, roughly. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 6 there. But then we have half a unit here and another half. So add those together, you get 7. And then we have another half and we have another half. So add those together and we have 8. So yeah, we have 8 units. So I'd like you to pause the video now and try and do the last 3 questions here, B, C, and D. Okay, hopefully you've had a go at those. Let's have a look at what the answers are. So this one is 3 tall, the height is 3, and the base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the base is 6. So it's a half multiplied by 6 multiplied by the height, which is 3. So a half multiplied by 6 is half of 6, which is 3. So 3 multiplied by 3, and that is 9 units squared. Let's see roughly whether that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's see if the others add up together. This one here and this one here, they would add up together to be 1, so that'd be 7. This one here and this one here, they'd add up together to be another 1, so that would be 8. And then this one here, you could add to this one here, and that would be 9. So we're right, we got 9 units, so that's correct. Now, here is where you might have made a mistake. With C, you have to imagine that the triangle has been turned on its side, okay? So the height is the arrow that I'm drawing now. So you have to imagine that the triangle has been knocked on its side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The height is 5. And the base is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the base is 4. And the base is on the right hand side and the height is going across to the left. So half of the base, which is 4, multiplied by the height. So a half multiplied by 4 is 2. And then 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. And that's units squared. So that's our answer. And then D, our last one here, the height is from here to here, and the base is from here all the way across to here. So let's see the height. The height is 3, and the base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a half multiplied by 8 multiplied by 3. So a half multiplied by 8 is 4, multiplied by 3 is 12 units squared. And that's our answers for those. And you can double check and see if it is correct by counting the squares inside. So let me just hide that. Now let's have a look at these ones here, okay? So with these triangles, we know what the, sorry about that. With these triangles, we know what the area is. We're told what the area is for each of the triangles. But with number 1, we don't know what the height is, okay? X represents the height. We don't know what that is. In number 2, we don't know what the base is. And in number 3, we don't know what the height is. So now we have to figure out what it is. So let's look at our formula. A half multiplied by the base multiplied by the height would give us 16, okay? If we look at the one above. So we know what the base is. The base is 8, okay? So a half multiplied by 8 multiplied by h equals 16. So 8 multiplied by a half is 4. So we're left with 4 multiplied by h equals 16. What number multiplied by 4 would give you 16? It would be 4, wouldn't it? So h is equal to 4. Let's have a look at this one over here. Remember the formula, half multiplied by the base multiplied by the height equals, and the area here is 35. Now we know that the height is 7. The question tells us that. So a half multiplied by the base, we don't know what the base is, multiplied by 7 equals 35. So let's multiply the half by 7. What is 7 multiplied by a half? Well, what we do is we divide 7 by 2, which would give us 3.5 multiplied by the base equals 35. So what number multiplied by 3.5 gives you 35? It's 10, isn't it? If I multiply 3.5 by 10, I get 35. So our base must be 10. And you can double check that by halving the base. So half the base is 5. 5 multiplied by 7 is 35. So our answer is correct. Now the last question I'd like you to try and do by yourself. But remember, with these slopey triangles, you still use the same rules. It's still half the base, and the base here is 9, multiplied by the height gives you the area, and the area here is 27. So pause the video now and try and have a go at this last question. Alright, hopefully you've had a go. So half multiplied by the base multiplied by the height. So it's a half multiplied by the base, which is 9. Oh, sorry, and that's equal to 27. We're told the area is 27. Multiplied by the height, which we don't know, gives us 27. So a half by 9 is 4.5, because 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. And if we're multiplying anything by a half, we're dividing it by 2. So 4.5 multiplied by h equals 27. So you'll have to use a calculator here, okay? So take out your calculators. And what number multiplied by 4.5 gives you 27? What we do is we take 27 and we divide it by 4.5. And when you divide it by 4.5, you get 6. Because 6 multiplied by 4.5 is 27. Alright, so the height must be 6. So with this one here, with all of these, you can use algebra, which we were doing before Christmas. You can use algebra to figure out what the missing letter is, what the missing letter represents. So that's it for today. We're going to do a few more of these maybe on Thursday, and then also move on to compound shapes. So just send me a picture of your work so that I know you're getting on okay, and send me a question if you have any. Have a great day.